South Africa and Namibians are close neighbors, okay? That share love and almost everything together. They have a very strong relationship with each other. But recently, some post was shared by an account on Twitter that got Africa and other Africans questioned and asking like, what is truly the relationship between South Africa and the Namibians? See this. Okay, so African Fact Zone, a page on X that talks about Africa and African news, throw some light on some topic that they shared, and it got the whole of Africa wondering. So SA2 travels. Well, see that it says top 10 foreign nationals seeking Namibian citizenship through marriage. Okay, so I don't know why they share this post, but they are talking about top 10 citizens in Africa that are seeking Namibian citizenship through marriage. So number 1 on the list was South Africa. Number 2 is Angolans. Number 3 Zimbabweans. Number 4 Zambians. Number 5 Nigerians. Number 6 Tanzanians. Number 7 Cameroonians. Number 8 Kenyans. Number 9 Indians. And then number 10 Scottish. Okay, so these countries are the top 10 countries that are seeking citizenship from Namibians through marriage, and South Africa was topping the charts. Okay, so as they share this, the source of this information from African Fact Zone, they shared it and says that their source was from Namibia's Ministry of Home Affairs. Alright, so as African Fact Zone shared this, we all thought it was going to be cool because these countries are all seeking Namibian citizenship through marriage. Okay, but Africans or some people or some Africans had this to say. See, alright, so to our first comment, this guy came in and says South Africa top the list, but they don't want other African in their country. That is hypocrisy. Okay, so that's what this person is saying, though. He's saying that South Africans, this is hypocrisy. You guys don't want people in your country, but here you are seeking Namibian citizenship through marriage. Okay, again, this one also says LOL, country who don't want foreigners is topping the list. Okay, alright, and lastly, this one also says South Africans are top of the list, yet they are so braggadocious about their citizenship like it is a gateway to heaven. What has bro been saying about this one? Well, that was some comments from some fellow Africans actually saying that essays, you guys don't want any foreigner in your country, mostly some African foreigners, but here you guys are topping the list of countries who want to be citizenship through marriage to Namibians. What is the difference here? Why are you guys doing this? Or why are you guys now doing that? Well, it seems like some Africans are a little bit ignorant when it comes to the relationship between Namibia and then South Africa. So when I saw this, I decided to, okay, fine. Me too, I was same. I didn't know much about this relationship between South Africa and Namibia. So I decided to dive inside. And I got this. See. Okay, so I found this and it says, Namibia, South Africa relations. So it says, it's an article. So it says, Namibia-South Africa relations refers to the current and historical relationship between Namibia and South Africa. South Africa, then part of the British Empire as the Union of South Africa, captured the area known now as Namibia from Germany during World War I and governed it by the name Southwest Africa until 1990, when the country gained independence under the name Namibia. During those 75 years, thousands of South Africans settled in the territory, and South Africa treated the areas as effectively a free province of both the Union and the Republic, imposing apartheid laws in Southwest Africa as it did in South Africa. Okay, so this is what I found, an article that I found about the Namibian and South African relationship. So he says that, well, sometime Namibia was actually being ruled or governed or colonized by Germany. And then South Africa was also being colonized by the British. But during the World War I, the British army captured the Namibian army, then defeated the Germans. So apparently they end up having South Africa and also Namibia. That time was not Namibia. So they named it South Africa or Southwest Africa. Okay. That was the name they gave to Namibia then. But until 1990, that Namibians had their independence from South Africa. Not actually the South African though, but then South Africa. Then they call themselves now Namibians. So that is how it got to be. So that means South Africa and Namibians have shared some bond together for almost 75 years. Or should I say 75 years. Alright, so there is no news when it comes to the love relationship between South Africa and the Namibians. So if you actually got to know this, you actually know why South Africans are actually having a lot of marriages between them or seeking to marry Namibians, because it might be that some families from South Africans might end up to be the other side, that is Namibia. Okay, so this was actually making sense when I found this, and I was like, wow, I keep on learning new things. Hope you have also learned something new here, because this is African time. Okay, I'm always here to let you know what's up with the continent. All right, so the continent also says both nations are members of the African Union, Commonwealth of Nations, Southern African Development Community, and then the United Nations. So based on these current members group they are actually joining, it should actually tell you that Namibia is now a democratic country and an independent country from South Africa. And mind you, don't get it wrong though, South Africa then and then Namibia doesn't mean that Namibia gained independence from South Africa. It actually gained independence from then South Africa, which means this South Africa was then also under colonial rule. So not this one South Africa. So nobody should actually means that Namibia's gained independence from South Africans, this one. But it was actually from when they were colonized and then they gained their independence. Later, then South Africans also gained their independence too. So it was some separate kind of thing. Nobody should assume that Namibians were one time under South Africa or this South Africa. No, it was then South Africa. Let's make this one clear. Hope my Namibians will actually understand this point, and my South Africans also, you guys will also understand this point. All right, well, that was it. That should actually let us know that the reason why South Africa was actually topping this chart through marriage is that they actually have a bond, a relationship together, and they have also lived together for 75 years until Namibia gained their independence to leave the South African Confederation. Not this South Africa, but the owning empire South Africa, where the Great Britain was actually ruling. Yeah, so let's make this one clear here. Thank you. All right, so after this, I also went into the Namibia's Home Affairs Ministry to check about how the percentage-wise to how South Africans are marrying the Namibians for citizenship in Namibia. Okay, so I check it out and see that all right, so it says applicants seeking Namibian citizenship through marriage are categorized by country. So it says South Africa, male is 15.71% and a female is 28.57%. So as you can see here now, it shows that how much the South African male and the female are actually moving to marry the Namibians to gain their citizenship. Okay, but why South Africans want to be part of Namibian than South Africa? That one is still not clear here. It shows that South Africans are moving to Namibia to get married there, to get their citizenship. What is wrong with the AC citizenship? Why are you guys moving to Namibia? This is not that much. I know you guys have some things in common. You guys have some tribes in common, some languages in common. Namibians, most of them speak Afrikaans. South Africans to have that language, so maybe yeah, but this is way different here. You guys are seeking their citizenship, their passport. That is the AC1. What is the secret here? Why is it so? That is the main question here. So my South Africans, another comment section, let me know why and how you guys are doing that. So number 2 on the list is Angola. As you see, 11.42%, the male, the female is 7.14%. Zimbabwe being number 3, Zambia, and then Nigeria. Now, let's get this one straight. Most of the countries that are top 5 here, or the top 4, are all close to Namibia. Okay, they are all the southern African countries. But here, number 5 is a Western Africa country topping this list. Nigeria. How far? How did you guys went so far from West Africa and earning citizenship in Southern Africa, in Namibia, and being top 5? You guys are almost everywhere. Come on, Nigerians. But see this comment though. This one came in and says South Africans are 1, number 2 Angolans, number 3 Zimbabweans, number 4 Zambians. All these top 4 countries share border with Namibia, but then when it move to number 5, it is a country far away from Namibia, but they are on the top 5. Yeah, not only me who had this or who saw this, some people also saw this. They were like, no, wait a minute. How are Nigerians moving to Namibia to get married there to gain citizenship? Nigerians are everywhere, bro. How do you guys even do it? How do you guys feel doing these kind of things? Well, I actually love your energy though. It's actually fun seeing guys doing that, but this is serious. From the way of West Africa, and you have reached this southern part and also topping the chart, number 5 on the list. That should tell you how crazy Nigerians are. These guys are wonderful. I love them too, okay? So this is it. There was some heated argument that happened that some Africans were thinking, how are now South Africans are moving to Namibians? They thought that South Africans always claim to say that they are always in their homes. They don't travel that much. They enjoy essay, but here they are looking for citizenship in Namibia through marriage, and they are topping the chart with a whooping 76%, highest on the list. Okay, but then we also got to know that Namibia and South Africa actually share some bond together way back in the 90s, where they got colonized by the British, both of them, though. But Namibians actually were being held by the Germans until World War One, that the British defeated them and then joined the Namibians to South Africa, calling them the Southwest Africa. But later in 1990s, the Namibians gained independence from the then South Africans that was ruled by the British Empire, not this one South Africa. Let's get that one straight. So that is that. So that means that after 75 years, they broke apart. So that means after that year, there was some bond built between these two very countries, that somebody might have his mother or father in, or his tribe, or his parents, or his grand, I don't know, but something like family lineage will be traced to Namibia right now. So basically, it makes sense for here. But the most important question is, South Africans, they are saying that they are doing this to gain citizenship in Namibia. Why are South Africans run away from the South African citizenship? Or why are you guys doing that? Don't you like the South African citizenship anymore? That was what they are saying though. I hope I can get some clarification on that one too. Okay, if you know anybody who has any personal experiences too, you can share it in the comment section. The rest of that share say, hope you enjoy this section of African Time. See you guys around.